Hello and welcome to your Oxygen Travel Masterclass presented by Blazone Health. We understand that living with a condition requiring supplemental oxygen doesn't mean you have to be confined to your home. Traveling, whether for business or pleasure, should be accessible for everyone. That's why we've created this comprehensive guide to cover everything you need to know about traveling with oxygen. We'll start by discussing how you can prepare for your journey by talking to your healthcare team and planning for the road trip ahead. Next, we'll take to the skies and explore the ins and outs of flying with oxygen. And finally, we'll hit the road and delve into what a road trip looks like when you're bringing your oxygen along. Let's get started. Firstly, is it safe for you to travel? Before you even think about hitting the road or soaring through the skies, it's crucial to consult your physician to determine if you're fit for travel. We can't emphasize this enough. Your safety is the #1 priority. When you meet your doctor, you'll need to provide some specific information to help them assess your travel safety. This includes, where are you going? Different altitudes and climates could affect your oxygen needs. How are you getting there? Whether by plane, train, or automobile, each mode of transportation presents its own set of challenges. How long are you going to be gone? The duration of your trip can influence your oxygen requirements and supplies. Now, this is a two-way street. There's vital information you'll need to obtain from your doctor as well, such as, how much oxygen will you require while flying? This may be different from your regular prescription. Acquire all the required documentation. This should include details about your oxygen flow rate, approval for air travel, and the specifics about your lung or heart condition. And don't forget to ask your doctor to fill out our physician order form, which can serve as an official document for your travel need. Armed with all this information, you'll be well prepared and can focus on enjoying your trip rather than worrying about logistical issues. So, shall we move on to our next section? Fantastic! You're making great progress in your journey towards becoming a seasoned traveler with oxygen. Now let's talk about an indispensable part of your pre-trip planning, your equipment checklist. Trust me, you don't want to overlook this. First off, you'll need to decide on your oxygen delivery device. You've got a few options. Oxygen tanks are generally reliable but can be cumbersome to carry around. Portable Oxygen Concentrators (POCs) are convenient and airline approved, but you'll need to ensure they meet your flow requirements. Oxygen concentrators are suitable for longer stays, but are less portable. Backup supplies. It's always important to pack backup and emergency supplies for travel. It's always wise to carry extra filters for your device, just in case. Dirt and debris can clog up your filters, reducing efficiency, so having spares can be a lifesaver. These are the small, lightweight tubes that deliver oxygen from your device to your nostrils. It's advisable to bring extras in case one becomes damaged or you just want a fresh one. These prevent your cannula from becoming contaminated if you take it off. We recommend the O2 Fresh. Electrical outlets can vary from country to country and even from state to state. Make sure you have the right power converters to charge your devices. Also, consider carrying backup batteries, especially if you're using a POC. You never know when you'll have access to an electrical outlet next. By crossing these items off your checklist, you'll be setting yourself up for a smooth and worry-free travel experience. You're doing great so far, and we're excited to help you continue planning your journey. In this section, we'll focus on the Air Traveler's Guide, and we'll kick things off by discussing the all-important pre-travel medical consultation. So let's get to it. First and foremost, if you're considering air travel, you need explicit approval from your healthcare team. They will assess whether your condition is stable enough for travel and that your oxygen needs can be adequately met in flight. Considering cabin pressure, remember, cabin pressure on a commercial airplane simulates an altitude of about 8,000 feet. This could affect how much oxygen you need. Make sure you consult your healthcare provider about this and get an updated oxygen prescription if needed. You want to ensure that your current liter flow will be adequate for the change in altitude. Different airlines have different requirements for travelers using oxygen. However, most will require an oxygen necessity form to be filled out by your healthcare provider. This will usually include information like your liter flow, as well as a statement affirming that you're fit for air travel. Make sure this is done well in advance of your travel dates to avoid any last-minute hitches. Let's not forget, while oxygen is crucial, it may not be the only medication you're taking. Ensure you have adequate supplies of all your prescriptions before heading out. The last thing you want is to run out of essential medications while you're away from home. Now that you're medically cleared and have your prescriptions in order, let's talk about the next critical part of air travel with oxygen: understanding your airline's policies and procedures. Trust me, this can be a real game changer. So let's delve into the details. First off, it's crucial to check the specific policies of the airline you intend to fly with. Each airline has its own set of rules and requirements for travelers using supplemental oxygen. So don't assume that what applies to one will be the same for another. Many airlines have this information readily available on their websites, and a quick call to customer service can also clarify any doubts. Did you know some airlines offer portable oxygen concentrators, POCs, for rent? It's true. If you'd rather not travel with your own device, check if this option is available. Additionally, some national companies specialize in renting POCs for travel, and your regular oxygen provider might also offer rentals. This could be a convenient option, depending on your needs. Communication is key. Make sure to notify the airline in advance that you intend to use a POC during your flight. This will help them make necessary arrangements and ensure a smoother boarding process for you. Some airlines may require that this information be provided at least 48 hours before your flight, so plan accordingly. So, there you have it, your guide to navigating airline policies when traveling with a POC. A little research and communication can go a long way in making your travel experience stress-free and safe. Are you ready for the next part of your air travel journey? Fantastic! You're well on your way to becoming a pro at air travel with oxygen. Now let's talk about the specific requirements for air travel with a portable oxygen concentrator, or POC, to ensure a smooth and hassle-free experience. Before you even step onto that plane, there are several checks you need to pass at the gate with an agent. First, make sure your POC is free of oil, grease, or other petroleum products, is in good condition, and shows no signs of damage or excessive wear. The agent will confirm that your POC is FAA approved for in-flight use, so make sure you have documentation ready. You may be required to demonstrate that you can operate the POC and respond to any alarms that may go off. The agent will also discuss when you'll need to use your POC during the flight, like during takeoff, cruising altitude, and landing. Lastly, ensure you have enough fully charged batteries for your POC. The FAA requires you to have a supply that lasts no less than 150% of the total time you'll be in the air and during ground connections. Now that you've boarded the plane, here are some things you should know. Your POC must fit under the seat in front of you. So, consider dimensions when you're choosing or renting a device. Due to limited under-seat space, some seats may not be available to you. You won't be allowed to sit in an emergency exit row, a bulkhead seat, or any seat that would block another passenger's access to the aisle. And there you have it, the essential requirements for traveling by air with your POC. Keep these in mind, and you'll be well on your way to a smooth and comfortable journey. Are you ready to take off to our next topic? We've taken to the skies in previous sections, but now let's keep our tires on the tarmac. That's right, this section is dedicated to all you road warriors out there. So let's jump in and cover everything you need to know for hitting the road with supplemental oxygen. Just like with air travel, your first pit stop should be a consultation with your healthcare team to get the green light for road travel. Do you need an updated oxygen prescription? This is especially vital if you're planning a journey to higher altitudes. Oxygen makes up about 21% of the air at sea level, but that number drops to around 14% at 10,000 feet. And don't forget to refill all other prescriptions, not just your oxygen. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. On the documentation front, the main thing you'll need is a medical information form, MEDIF. Keep this handy, as it provides a comprehensive overview of your health condition and oxygen requirements. Having this on hand can be helpful, especially if you need to seek medical assistance during your trip. Will you be using oxygen tanks, concentrators, or perhaps a combination of both? We previously discussed benefits and considerations of each earlier. Don't forget to pack extra supplies. Additional tubing, cannulas, batteries, and regulators should all be on your checklist. Plan your travel route. Last but not least, map out your route with care. Plan stops where you can swap or refill your oxygen tanks. Also, mark hospitals and emergency rooms along your path. It's a precaution we hope you won't need, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. So, there you have it, your comprehensive guide to road tripping with supplemental oxygen. Buckle up, double-check your supplies, and enjoy the freedom of the open road. Are you ready to roll on to the next adventure?